This video is all about flying monkeys. Flying monkeys? No, we're not at the zoo. We're still talking about narcissistic abuse recovery. So what is a flying monkey, and do you have any flying monkeys in your life? If you want to know how to deal with them, watch on. Is it not already bad enough that you've had a relationship with a narcissist and then they recruit other people to try and get even more influence over you? These other people are flying monkeys, and it's like the narcissist has this domino effect on other people, all really to try and get to you. So what is a flying monkey? Who are they? How do you spot one? And how do you deal with them so you can move on with your life? Let's get into it. So, definition. What is a flying monkey? A flying monkey is someone that's been recruited by the narcissist. They've been singled out by the narcissist, and they might have one flying monkey, or they might have like a whole group of them. And the idea is to regain control back over you, because if you've left the narcissist, then they don't have the same control over you like they used to. And this feels like death to a narcissist. They need that source of supply, that energetic attention. And so they're trying to evoke a response in you. And this could be an emotional response, because even if they don't have contact with you anymore, if they can still affect your emotions and make you feel a certain way in their eyes, then that is a source of energetic supply to them. It gives them this feeling of power and control. It's like a buzz, makes them feel good. Or the narcissist might want you to take some kind of action, like rekindle your relationship with them. So they're looking for a response one way or another. And the flying monkeys, they really act on behalf of the narcissist to try and evoke that response in you. Rather than the narcissist doing the dirty work themselves, they get other people to help them. I think of it as almost like a chess game. Not that I play chess, but let's just say a board game where there's pawns and the narcissist is playing out what moves they're going to take in order to, in their eyes, kind of trap you or coerce you to influence your next move, or to destroy your game completely, like by destroying your reputation. And they do this by a smear campaign, spreading untrue rumours about you. They can also just try and reel you back into the relationship with them, back into being a source of supply to them, giving them your energy again. This was my experience of flying monkeys. I think a lot of people experience the smear campaign, but mine was more trying to get me to rekindle the relationship with the narcissist. So I had people coming to me saying that, oh, I heard what happened between you and the narcissist, and isn't it terrible, and you know, we should all just get on in the world and forgive each other, and why don't you just contact them and apologise, even though you probably didn't do anything wrong, and we all just say things in the heat of the moment. Why don't you just, it would be really nice if you did just get in touch with them and make everything up to them. And I'm like, hang on a minute. This person is a narcissist. Why would anyone in their right mind want to do that? But the flying monkey doesn't understand. So that was my experience of flying monkeys, and let's get into who they are in more detail. So who is a flying monkey? A flying monkey could be anyone from a friend of yours and or a friend of the narcissist. It could be a family member. It could be a colleague. It could even be a counsellor that works with you and the narcissist. This person is maybe even a narcissist themselves, and the narcissists, both of them, can be acting together in tandem in order to enable each other to fulfill their own agendas. Or it could actually be a nice person, and I think that was one of the things I found quite shocking, was because most of the flying monkeys I've experienced have actually been really nice people that I enjoyed having a relationship with, people like us, people pleasers with empathy and a lot of love to give, and they think that they want the best for everybody. But the problem is they don't realise the narcissist is a narcissist. It's almost like they are in the stage where I once was, and where you probably was as well, where you were in a relationship of some kind with a narcissist, but it was the good phase. You hadn't realised that there was an issue with the narcissist. They hadn't shown their true colours, and you hadn't got close enough to them to actually see. So it kind of makes sense that they would still be under the spell, and they might be weak-willed, so they would just be more likely to go along with someone else's agenda rather than tune into their own gut instinct, thoughts and feelings, and really just to mind their own business, because it's not really any of their business. I don't think that a lot of these flying monkeys would come at you with such a strong agenda if they wasn't influenced by the narcissist. It's funny how it can be, a narcissist can be a flying monkey, or a really nice person, an empath, can also be a flying monkey, but they're just not aware of what they're doing. So let's get into how to spot a flying monkey. When a flying monkey approaches you, they come at you with an agenda. The conversations they have with you, they have a fuel behind them and an agenda to them. They are seeking a particular response from you. It's not their agenda necessarily, it's more than likely the narcissist's agenda that has been transferred to the flying monkey as the carrier pigeon to then bring their agenda to you under hopefully a disguise to influence your behaviour. And so you'll notice when you have conversations with flying monkeys, when they're acting on behalf of the narcissist, that the conversation might be driven where they're not really open to exploring what really happened and what your feelings and your gut instincts are, because they've already been brainwashed by the narcissist. And so they're not really open to this information because they already have the belief set in their head of what happened. They have absorbed the lies of the narcissist, and they might even feel sorry for the narcissist because they might have given them some sob story that, oh, I've lost the love of my life, or I really love them, or all sorts of stuff, just to basically get them to feel sorry for them and act on their behalf as a flying monkey. You might find that your version of events in the conversation is just completely disregarded. So they might say something like, oh, I don't believe that the narcissist, whatever their name is, I don't believe that they would really do that. I know that they really do love you. But that in itself, it's not accepting the reality of what really happened. And that is, it's just further gaslighting and trying to put you on shaky ground so that you don't even know what reality is, which is when you're more likely to accept the reality of the narcissist. So it's all about control. I think using flying monkeys is really a win-win situation for narcissists, or at least that's how they look at it. Because if they use a flying monkey, say, to reel you back into the relationship, then they can potentially regain control over you and have you as part of their life, giving them your energy and attention, which is a win. Or if that doesn't happen, they've got a flying monkey acting on their behalf, and they can then use that relationship and progress that relationship in order to get supply from the flying monkey instead. So it's almost like a surrogate supply, because when you end a relationship with a narcissist, they experience a massive loss of energetic supply, especially when you take your energy completely off of them and back onto yourself. It's like a death to them, and so they will need to fill this supply with someone else. I've also seen some narcissists end up taking or progressing a relationship with a flying monkey or with somebody that they don't even really like, or they've definitely made it known that they don't like this person. And I just see that as kind of an act of desperation, that they really need supply. They would take any supply if they were desperate, and then even if they saw it as a short-term thing, until they can, in their eyes, gain a better source of supply. So you might see the narcissist also forming relationships where you know that they have no interest in the person whatsoever. So now we've covered all of that, how do you actually deal with these flying monkeys? Like, dealing with the narcissist isn't enough. Once you've studied this, done a little bit of research and understood what a flying monkey is, and then you've recognized the flying monkeys that are in your life, I think that's enough. You've got an understanding of it. Let's focus on the solution. I often made the mistake of looking at the problem. The narcissist is the problem. The flying monkey is the problem. But you can be the solution to this. And the way that you do that is by turning your attention, instead of looking out to the horror that's going on, the chaos of narcissistic abuse, flying monkeys flying everywhere, flying at you, wanting you to make a certain move or do something that deep down you really don't want to do. You don't want to be a part of this nonsense. Turn to yourself and ask yourself, how do I feel? And then listen. It could be feeling confused, that's understandable. Feeling angry, it's also understandable. Feeling grief because you have lost relationships with people, and that's never easy, even when we choose it. So by concentrating on yourself, you're no longer looking out there at the chaos, you're looking inside. It might still be chaotic inside, but at least you can soothe what's going on inside. You can't soothe what's going on in the outside world, because the narcissist is not ever going to be soothed. They're not going to be the person that you want them to be. So we need to become the person that we need for ourselves. With this awareness of what's going on, I liked to look at it helped me to look at the narcissist as almost being like a toxic virus, and wherever they went and whoever they touched was in some way affected by the toxic virus. If they didn't realise that the narcissist was a carrier, then they would just absorb it. And so it helped me to see that not only do I need to disengage with the narcissist, but I need to disengage with anyone that's had contact with the narcissist and has accepted their reality as true. If they've accepted the narcissist's lies as truth, then what good are they in your life when you're a truth teller, when you are seeking and standing for truth? So when I went no contact with narcissists, or low contact, that included the flying monkeys that came along with the narcissist, their groupies. They had to go as well. And I think this can be sad for a lot of people, because some of these flying monkeys, they used to be our friends, or we thought they were our friends, close colleagues, even family members. Like, for a lot of people, that's quite difficult. To help me, I saw it as a temporary distance, which depended on the person. I kept for either forever, or, as I said, it was temporary, just so I could actually reconnect with what my truth was. Because when you've got all these flying monkeys flying everywhere, what even is the truth? I mean, who are you to believe? You need to believe yourself, and so you need to remove the distractions that are taking your focus off of yourself. Flying monkeys all around you, obviously, like, even the thought of it is distracting. It's just like, no, go away. And they probably won't go away by themselves. So that's why we need to take that initiative to remove ourselves from the situation. I liked to think of it as almost like building a muscle of, I know this isn't right for me, and I'm going to reinforce that idea over and over and over again until I'm strong enough to actually take that action to protect myself, to distance myself, and to keep that distance, because I know that it's good for me. The flying monkeys are not your friends, and maybe they once were your friends, but a true friend listens to you. When they ask you, how are you? They want to know the answer, like the real, genuine answer, and you're not made wrong or bad for thinking and feeling what you think and what you feel. They might disagree with you on something, but they're not going to make you a bad person, and they're not for, thinking something, and they're not going to really try and influence you, because we're all individuals and we all should be living our own lives. And if they're not capable of that kind of friendship, then do you really need those people in your life? They're just stopping you from living an amazing life, the one that you deserve. Now, I definitely would recommend the no contact version of dealing with flying monkeys, but if you didn't want to do that, or that wasn't an option for you, say they're work colleagues and you have to see them, then implement a boundary. And this can be something like saying to the person, look, we're friends, I enjoy our friendship, I like this about you, I like our relationship, but I've decided not to have a relationship with the narcissist, and I would appreciate it if you would respect that. I don't want to talk about the narcissist, I don't want to know about their life, and I don't need any of this information coming back to me. So I would really love to continue this relationship with you, but I cannot hear about the narcissist. So are you willing to let that go, and so that we can continue and have this relationship? And see what they say. If they're not willing to let it go, then are you willing to accept that in your life, to accept a flying monkey? I also had experiences where I tried to agree to disagree with flying monkeys, because they were coming at me with this agenda saying the narcissist would never do that, blah blah blah. And I said, look, I know my reality. I was there with the narcissist, you wasn't there. I know what verbal abuse what they said to me, and I'm telling you that that's what happened, and you're saying it didn't happen. Let's just agree to disagree. I'm going to have my opinion, and it's not even an opinion, it is reality, and you can have yours. If your opinion is it didn't happen, fine, you can have that, but this is my truth. And what I found in my situation is some people really couldn't accept that, and so I needed to have distance from them as well. And the people that can accept that, great, you can have some kind of relationship with them if you want to, but it's down to you. It's your choice. I liked to think about this idea that I have, this belief I have in karma, and that the narcissist doesn't pass the test of time. So anyone, doesn't matter who you are, if you stay with a narcissist long enough, they will show their true colours to you. So if, say, you dated a narcissist and they get a new girlfriend or boyfriend, eventually they will also see the truth. And I feel like there's this real big need for justice a lot of times to see karma play out. But when you have a belief in karma that eventually the flying monkey will realise this person is a narcissist, that's really enough for me. I can just hold that belief and then just move on with my life and create a place of safety within me, a place where my feelings are okay, they're allowed, my gut instincts about people, my willingness to not participate in someone else's agenda and to actually think, what do I actually want? What are my values? And if I don't value being abused, then I'm not going to allow that to continue in my life. So I'm focused on myself. I'm focused on my healing. And I want to know, are you coming with me? Are you joining this healing revelation? I hope so. So I'm sending you wishes for you and your healing, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so that you're notified every time I upload a new weekly video. If you head on over to revelationtherapy.com, I've also created a few free resources for you to help you on your healing journey. There's currently a free workbook and a checklist, and I'm adding to those all the time. So be sure to check those out. I'll leave the link in the description below. And if you have any questions at all, you can find me on most social media channels at Revelation Therapy. For now, sending you so many positivities to help you on your healing journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. My aircon's on. He told me about that, didn't he? Sip of the bubbles. I remembered. Let's just check my notey notes. Itchy purr. Don't put that in the video. Oops. Monkey, a flying monkey. You can hit the like, and is it the like? I'm gonna have to check on YouTube. How do you like videos? You give it a thumbs up. How embarrassing. I don't even know how to like a video on YouTube.